guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Heather and today I wanted to go through my Goodreads want to read shelf, and I am kind of mashing up two different videos I've seen into one, which is a trash my TBR and these books will self-destruct. So I want to give great thanks to the people that have done these in the past and also the people that created the ideas. I will try and find links to people that did originate the ideas. So this isn't my original idea. Just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. So I went through and arranged my Goodreads shelf, oldest book on my want to read shelf to my newest, and these are the books that are physically on my shelves that have been on there the longest, and some of them are from November 2015. It is now March of 2021. So I've had these books on my radar and possibly on my shelves for about 6 years. So I really need to get a read along and get to some of them. There is a range of stuff, so I'll give you a quick synopsis and such and let you know. So the first one I have is Gregory Maguire's Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, which is the book that inspired the musical. So it's how Wicked Witch of the West, like her backstory and her... So I want to get to this. I have adored Laini Taylor's The Strange the Dreamer, but this is her trilogy before that series, and it is Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I adored the writing, so I don't know why this has been on my radar for so long and I've just not picked it up. So this is a portal fantasy story. The opening line of this is really captivating for me, which is once upon a time an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end. I know that a few of my friends really love this book, so I'll hopefully get to it. I then have Goliath of a book. It's probably the longest book I physically own, so it terrifies me in general. So I might make this into a book club book for the Beastly Book Club. The announcement up in the corners, wherever those are. And that is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. So obviously Les Mis being the musical, it's the injustice, it's Jean Valjean, who is a convict who stole a loaf of bread, and it's the life stories and miserable. So chunky, it's over 1,200 pages, so it's just generally a mammoth of the book that terrifies me. But I really do want to read, but if it's not worth it, please let me know. I then have an Australian author, which is Lost and Found by Brooke Davis, and this follows three different people who lose something but discover what they love. So we follow a 7-year-old little girl, a 82-year-old woman who's hasn't left her house since her husband died, and then a 87-year-old man who is losing his memories to dementia. So I really do want to get to this as well. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't keep saying that. All of these at one point really intrigued me. Some I'm still intrigued by, and others I'm on the fence about, so please let me know your opinions. I then have Nelson Mandela's A Long Walk to Freedom, which is the autobiography. Yes, his autobiography of Nelson Mandela. I read chapters of this for uni, but I've never actually sat down and read the whole thing, so you know, Nelson Mandela being one of those amazing people. Another non-fiction book, which is I Am That Girl. It's How to Speak Your Truth and Discover Your Purpose and Be That Girl by Alexis Jones. I'm not sure other than that, but it has the foreword by Sophia Bush, who's an actress and an activist I really like, as well as Kristen Bell has also blurbed the back of it, so I want to get around to it. I then have Maggie Stiefvater's The Dream Thieves, which is book 2 in the Raven Boys cycle. I think actually on my Goodreads list, weirdly, I put Lily Blue, which is book 3 in the series, before I put this one on, so I swapped them out because there's no point in me reading the third one before I read the second one. That's what I want to read. I then have two Gail Forman's. I have If I Stay, which is a book about a girl whose whole family dies in a car accident and she ends up in a coma, and then she has to decide if she wants to stay and wake up to a world where she has no family isn't around, like her immediate family, or if she wants to go on with them. And then I also have I Was Here, which is Some Lights Are Too Bright to Last, which is that's the tagline on the back. All I know is that this is a girl that commits suicide, and it's also been blurbed by Stephen Chapeko, which is the author of Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I really like. So there are two Gale Formans that I want to get to. I have The Passage by Justin Cronin. As I said, some of these have been on there for so long that I actually don't remember about what this book is. It's also just a massive book as well that terrifies me. A lot of moving parts because there's a jail in Nevada, a girl in Memphis, a professor somewhere else. And then have book 2 in the 7th series by S.D. Wosley, which is a young, in the first book, the 7th, a young girl moves to a new school, can see ghosts, and she basically ends up becoming the 7th member of the Coven of the Talented program. I then have The Last Werewolf by Glenn Duncan. Basically, I like werewolves as a supernatural creature. Picked this up, or I was given this, but it's been on there for 5-6 years. Need to get to it. And that's the same thing is I know one of my friends' mums knew I liked werewolves and knew I liked horror, so she ended up picking me up Anne Rice's The Wolf Gift. That's all I know. I just got given it because it was a werewolf book by the Queen of Horror. And then I have 2 more books. This is an anthology I had to read bits of as well, which is Half the Sky. It's How to Change the World by Nicholas D. Kristoff and Shirley Wooden. It got its title from the Chinese proverb of women hold up half the sky. So it's just how women basically fought to free themselves from slavery and poverty, a range of different people. And then I have The Queen of Fae standalone, which is Holly Black's The Darkest Part of the Forest. I know that 2 children go into the woods, and in the darkest part of the forest they come across crystal coffin of a Fae prince. So I picked this up because everyone raves about Holly Black. I have read her Folk of the Air series and was a bit wobbly with it, so I want to give her one more shot, and then we'll see if Holly Black's the author for me in terms of Fae. So they are the 15 longest lasting books that have been on my Goodreads shelves and my physical shelves. So please let me know if you recommend any of them, if you don't recommend any of them. And basically, I have till the end of the year to read them, otherwise they all have to find new homes. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday about reading and writing adventures I go on. Thank you and goodbye!